there's this old saying that the way you actually spell love is Time. And that's being able to give people your time and be able to spend time and be able to really engage with them, right? And if I can't do that with my family or people around me, then what am I even doing? You know, there's some times where I got to work till late at night and do my thing, right? But I have to be able to have that structure to shut down. Otherwise. Welcome to the TNT Real Estate Podcast. I'm Tim Chase with 719 Lending.
And I'm Treasure Davis with the Treasure Davis team, brokered by EXP. You're listening to the TNT Real Estate Podcast, where we keep it real and talk about what actually works in this business. Straightforward strategies, honest conversations, and the kind of guidance that helps you serve at a higher level and close more deals. Okay, on this episode, we are going to be talking about going from hustle to harmony and how to live one life. And we are going to discuss boundaries, balance, systems, and how partnership creates peace and purpose.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I can even remember all that. All I remember is you said hustle to harmony, and my first thought where I stuck was, is that even possible?
Yes, it is possible, because you're going to design a life that works for your life and your business all in one.
Okay.
And so many entrepreneurs want to have work-life balance. You've heard that hashtag,
yeah.
Right? How do you create that when we're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Yeah. How do you reasonably shut down and still live life?
Right.
Yeah.
So one thing that I don't think I've ever heard is if lenders get burnout. And why do lenders get burnout? And how do lenders work through burnout? We talk a lot about it for agents, right? But we've never talked about it from a lender perspective. Yeah. But before we get into that topic, can I tell you about yesterday?
Something happened yesterday and you remember it? I don't even know what happened yesterday. I was on the phone a lot and I dealt with some stuff. What'd you do yesterday?
Okay, so, people watch HGTV, okay? And they see all these beautiful houses you go into where everything's rosy.
Yeah.
But sometimes the houses we go into are not.
Smell like cat piss and have weird photos up, stuff like that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes, so my daughter's getting ready to go to a haunted house.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she was asking me the other day, she was like, why don't you like haunted houses? And I'm like, well, sometimes in this industry, it feels like I'm going into a haunted house, like a legit one.
It's a little close to home.
It hits a little close to home.
I lived through it in real life, yeah.
So I actually texted my neighbors the situation that happened yesterday. And so I went to list a property. The property is boarded up. It had been broken into 5 times, just back to back to back, been broken into.
Is it like in Albuquerque or Chicago, or is it here in Springs?
It's in Colorado.
Okay.
The location will rename nameless.
Okay.
And so they secured the property, which is great. We go in, we look at it, and there's this little crawl space. Now, mind you, people have busted in the back door.
Oh, yeah.
It's now been boarded. The windows are boarded shut. They've punched holes in the walls. They've graffitied the inside. Like, it's a whole thing, okay? And there's this little crawl space to go downstairs into the lower level, like where the utilities are.
Sure, yeah.
And there's no utilities on, and it's dark down there. And we know...
Is it a dirt floor?
It is a dirt floor. Okay. Do you think that I was actually going to use my iPhone flashlight and go down there and look at that? No.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You and Black Widows don't get along?
Black Widows and I are fine. Okay. It's the squatter that's down there
gotcha.
in the corner
needles.
that I don't really want to run into, right? So we leave that property and we are driving by and we look in this window, and I'm going to show this to you. Okay.
By the way, I have absolutely no idea where you're going with this.
Okay.
This sounds fun.
So we literally think that there's a child in the window across the street. So we turn around and we have to just verify, is that a child in the window, and do we need to call 911? Now, granted, there's no Halloween decorations out. However, it is not a child, It is a mannequin in the window across the street
Kyle, Department of Human Services.
with no shirt on. So if you see that,
that is a shirtless mannequin, but it does have a belt.
it does have a belt.
It
does have a belt.
So neighbors are into belts. That's
Neighbors
good.
are into belts. So that is what happened yesterday, and why being a realtor takes a lot of courage, strength, stamina, and we need to make sure that we're protecting ourselves at all instances because we don't know what situation we're walking into.
Yeah.
So that is my episode of what happened yesterday.
Can I tell you what happened to me yesterday?
No, we're going to move
we're
on.
going with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This
go
is
ahead.
the treasure show. Okay. So, well, you asked.
Yes.
Do lenders get burnout?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, just as an example, yesterday. This is. By the way, neither of us know what happened to each other yesterday. So this is all brand new information. I'm glad you were spying on the neighbors. By the way, it's like you're down the crawl space, zooming in with your camera.
I was
into the neighbors.
outside.
You're out. Oh, so they saw you.
I was verifying that it wasn't a child
Gotcha. Okay.
in the window.
And I guess that's safe.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's very fair, actually. So, do lenders get burnout? And the answer is absolutely yes, like unbelievably. So, but here's the weird thing: is they get burned out for different reasons. We are taught, and I think realtors are kind of the same way. Is we encourage a hunter mentality, right? Like meaning. People who get into this have a certain personality type typically. Now, some of them are just like, oh, I like houses and da-da-da. But usually when they're in it, they realize it's a lot of calling. It's a lot of meeting with people. Yeah, right? Like,
I got into real estate for freedom.
I got in it because the cookies were so good at title companies at the time. I was like, whoa, these are good. I should do this more often. But we encourage and we promote a certain type of personality that comes into our industry. And with that, we get so focused on the hunt that sometimes we don't sustain very well. And so trying to balance hunting, sustaining relationships that we've already built, because by the way, it's way easier to maintain relationships than to hunt for new ones, but we're so hardcore hunter mindset that we fail to sustain our relationships. But then comes the actual job, right, of doing mortgages. So I'm calling, I'm meeting, I'm prospecting. Every day I have to prospect, right, every single day. But then when it comes down to what happens when you start getting busy and what happens when there's client demands and there's loans that are having issues or clients that just there's needy people out there. Some people just need to be talked to a lot to feel comfortable. That's fine. That's what they need. But when those things compound and something has to give at some point. So do you not prospect and then you don't have business in 6 months? Do you not maintain past relationships and then you lose those past relationships and you don't get referral or repeat business? Do you not pay attention to all of the many potential issues that are on all of your loans right now and then have those blow up? So where does your focus and energy actually go? And you have to very much compartmentalize. It's a very interesting act and juggling act. That if you do 2 loans a month, it's very easy. If you do 4 loans a month, it's very easy. But when you start to get very busy, it becomes very difficult. And you have to have help. That's all there is to it. You have to have help, and you have to surround yourself with the right people. And one thing for me that changes everything is intentional actions. It's the only way I can have sanity. I have a checklist, and you may not know this. It sounds a little bit crazy. I have a manager at my own company to manage me. And why do I do that? Because I'm a loan officer. Why am I a loan officer? Because my personality brought me into this, right?
Okay.
So because of that, I have my own failure points. I have my points where maybe I spend too much time in this or too much time in that. So I actually have somebody who manages me to make sure I get my stuff done. So I have a checklist of items that have to be done every day, whether that's prospecting, whether that's follow-up, whether that's getting with current clients, whatever it is, whatever we've deemed as important actions for me, they go on my list. And I get a phone call. I already got a phone call this morning before this podcast saying your list looks a little long today. You got this? And I'm going to get a phone call when we get out here about, say 1 PM, and they're going to say, I still see that your list, can I help with anything? And surrounding yourself with people that, like I told you earlier, I work very well in structure. I am horribly bad at creating and maintaining structure for myself, but I work very good when the structure's there. Now, I can create the structure, but I can't maintain it. So I actually hire somebody to manage me and manage some of the other members on our team to make sure I do my stuff.
Right. It's
So
accountability.
now I can walk away at the end of the day. If I can walk away at the end of the day and know that I did what I could do, I can find peace in the evening. If I go home, I can't leave my office and go home and have this sense of lingering things that maybe should have got done, because I'm no good to my family. I'm no good to me. I'm either a ball of anxiety or a ball of distraction. My daughter, sweetest little girl, sitting there trying to talk to me last night. She's showing me these games and, showing me stuff. There's this old saying that the way you actually spell love is Time. And that's being able to give people your time and be able to spend time and be able to really engage with them, right? And if I can't do that with my family or people around me, then what am I even doing? There's some times where I got to work till late at night and do my thing, right? But I have to be able to have that structure to shut down. Otherwise,
I'm going to push you on that a little bit, because
Dude,
I think what's really important is knowing how people that are in your circle actually want to be loved.
Yep.
Like, you automatically said it was time.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I guess I was thinking of my kids, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With your kids, it's time.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like, you've heard them talk about like the 5 love languages, because it changes and it alters depending on what season of life you're in.
Yeah.
So, like, how do people actually want you to show that you care for them?
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes it's not time.
Yeah. Correct.
Like, for me, it's not necessarily time.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a lot.
I like gifts if you're looking for things.
Well, thank you for my gift today. So,
But no, you're absolutely right that it is not always time. And when I said that, I am thinking about my kids.
yes.
Because for me, just to come in with some grandiose, we're going to the zoo, or let's go to, but not actually know what's going on in their minds and being able to know them personally. And they go through crazy seasons, like so fast, right? And it is a very, very short time that we have. And so maybe I'm showing love to myself by giving them time. I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what it is.
Exactly.
Very selfish act of me, but I like it.
So our CEO today just posted and said, every hour you spend doing 20-hour work is an hour you didn't spend doing $500 an hour work. You need to act like your time is important. And he said, doing cheap work is just expensive procrastination.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Doing cheap work is expensive procrastination. That's fantastic. You know what a lot of people do in our industry, though, is they want to do everything. They want to do it all. And they want to put on a cape.
And they want to do more, and they want to do better.
Yeah.
And they want to explore everything and know everything and do everything and be everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, not that I'm speaking from any kind of experience or anything, but
it's so easy to get burnout when you do that, right?
Right.
It's so easy because.
And you can't scale chaos.
Oh yeah, you can't. It's just chaos.
Yeah, it's just chaos.
No matter how you look at it. So to answer your question you asked me 10 minutes ago,
Tell me.
The answer is yes. Lenders do get burnout, and we're laughing because I didn't start my timer. I logged on my phone to see what time we have, and I didn't start my timer. But we are recording, so that's good.
That's good.
Now let's switch to real estate agents.
Wait, you didn't answer the question.
What's the question?
Why do lenders burn out?
Well, lenders burn out. I think for the same reason that that realtors do. In that, number one, we try to do everything.
Okay.
Okay. You've heard me say this in front of people before, but the only consistent thing about people in our industry is they're inconsistent, and I think that breeds chaos in you when you don't like that was a perfect quote. Like it's just expensive procrastination. It's perfect. You lack discipline to do it the way you need to do it, and that's why I have to have an outside structure forced on me, right? I pay for the structure outside of even coaching. I have somebody like right there, right? Because I know that I will have very expensive. I'll do this, I'll do that, and I feel like I'm doing everything. But I stay busy. It's like the perpetual rocking chair, right? I'm steadily occupied and going nowhere, but boy, am I busy. I'm rocking back and forth. But for lenders, we balancing, am I prospecting? Am I maintaining past relationships? Am I doing my loans and not having structure within the day, and then going home not knowing if you did enough? And then also, I would say once you start getting busy, you don't know how to handle that busyness because you're afraid to hire people to help you. You're afraid, and it's a scary thing. I don't know if you remember hiring your first person or your second or your third. You're doing the math in your head like every day, like, oh my gosh, I'm on the hook for like a lot of money this year, like
right?
to pay these people. Like we've got to, but those people are very important, and you find that those structures really help. So lenders get burned out all the time, and I really think it's from lack of discipline, lack of focus, and being a very scarce mindset of not properly expanding like a business should.
Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly why realtors burn out. And I think it's also, it seems to be happening a lot more frequently and a lot more aggressively since COVID. Because during COVID, I think everybody got this in their mind of, I work from home, I have this great work-life balance, and it's mostly life and a little bit of work.
Oh yeah, that's not balance. That's not
balance.
A level scale.
And in our industry, we wake up every day unemployed. Mm-hmm. And some days we get paid and some days we don't get paid.
You could have 3 listings and they could all fall out.
Absolutely. Or not go under contract or fall apart. Yeah. And so I think that it's that mindset that needs to drive you of, I wake up every day unemployed and I need to get this going, but I also need to buffer in short increments of time that I need to do that. And we're going to see that a lot coming up in Q4. So on our team and with our company, we know that Q4, like we literally say winter is our time. Yeah. Because we know that everybody else is going to be letting off the gas.
Well, they got things to do.
Right.
They got 19 parties to go to. They got things to do. And nobody buys houses in the wintertime.
Right.
What are you talking about? Who would buy a house in December? That's
and
crazy.
I tell people, when your home is decorated, when you have the lights on, when it's warm, when it's cozy in there, people will buy homes in the wintertime and, when the holiday season, because they can really envision themselves in the property.
I can be here. I can see my family coming down the hall on Christmas morning to this beautiful Christmas tree or whatever it is.
Absolutely. So I think that that's something that, or they have something, they have a transaction that really just kind of burns them out. Yeah. That really takes a lot of their emotional and mental well-being to get that to the actual closing table. And so I think that that's also why realtors burn out, and just they want to have more of the freedom than they want to do of the entrepreneurial lifestyle.
It's hard, right? Like you're calling when you don't want to call. You're meeting when you don't want to meet. You're missing a family event here or there because that's when the business is.
Right.
But I got news for you. If you had a 9 to 5 or a 5 to 9 or whatever it is, you got to be at work that time too, and it's inconvenient.
Correct.
It's the way your inconvenience just goes in pockets as opposed to an exact structure every day.
Exactly. What are you writing down over here?
I think there's 2 other items that I want to mention.
Tell me.
About burnout. The first one is we try to put on capes, and I think this pushes burnout fast. We try to become superheroes. We want to be the problem solver. We want to be the person, right? You can come to me. You're a realtor. Well, you can come to me and you got an insurance issue. Don't worry, we'll get that figured out. You got an appraisal issue. Don't worry, we'll figure that out. I'm going to call that lender and tell them what's up. Oh, that title company. But see how I push that on the... So,
wow.
But now...
You know what? I don't wear a cape because when I was 4, I dressed up as Wonder Woman for all the time. I don't know.
All the time.
Well,
you were into it. Yeah.
Under ruse.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I remember underoos. I
Yeah.
had Yoda underoos.
And I had the little things on my wrists.
You remember underoos?
I do.
Wow.
So, like,
old.
I don't wear a cape. I was born.
You're born
Wonder Woman.
You're born Wonder Woman. So mine was Yoda, like a Star Wars underoos.
Yoda, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I was 8 when I got mine because I have a picture of my 8th birthday, me doing that.
Okay.
And I didn't dress up as Yoda. I had the Force.
You just have the Force.
I just had the Force.
Okay.
So the first thing is, the reason I mentioned that they put on capes is, and I try to teach this to my team, is the fastest way to anxiety and problems is owning all the anxiety and problems. So somebody's problem that comes to you isn't your problem, but you know how to handle these problems.
Oh.
Right? You don't own that problem. It's not, I didn't pay my mortgage late and I can't qualify for a loan. I didn't not sign my document. I didn't do these things. The best you can do is guide. The best you can do is that. It's not you. You don't own it. So if you were to accept it and internalize it, that's a heavy burden.
Let me tell you a pet peeve I have with my industry
Okay.
is when they call and say, we're not accepting this. We don't like this.
Oh, we.
Yes. And I'm like, I didn't realize you were on title for this
Oh.
property.
We.
We are not accepting this. We do not like this.
So you talked your seller into a certain thing based off of your own biases.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
That is, I'm like,
I don't even sell houses. That's the first thing I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like we're there to give our clients options
Yeah.
and to give them scenarios and perspectives and obviously all of that. But it's ultimately their decision what they decide to do that's best for them. Our job is to
Why
give
are
them
you closing
options.
Doors? Who knows what's behind that door? Say,
Right.
we don't accept FHA offers. Well, what if your client is going to net another $20,000? Would it be worth exploring? Just having the conversation. So for you just to say flat out, no, we don't do it. Can we explore it? 'Cause
Exactly.
Maybe it's a possibility.
Okay, let's go back to this cape.
Okay, so
You're Yoda and I'm Wonder Woman. Here we are.
and to me, when you own it, so I try to tell my people, you're not a superhero. Don't be a superhero. You can't fix everything. What you can do is you can guide. You can lead. You don't point, you guide, like Stephen Covey would say, right? We are there to help people. The other thing I wrote down here that I think is very important, and this one's hard, and we lie to ourselves all the time, but I heard a guy give it may have been a TED Talk or something. He said, I lie with integrity to myself because I believe that I'm telling myself the truth, but it's just a lie I'm telling myself. It's like, let's say you look in the mirror and you say, my ears are funny. It's a lie, right? So you give yourself negative lies all the time. You can give yourself positive lies, but the integrity you're lying to yourself about is, it's with the intentions that, like, you believe it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's
Yes.
true to you. It's true to you. So you're lying with integrity because you're not meaning to be deceptive. And so when I say this next thing, I believe that there's a lot of this one's hard to believe, but we say it a lot. And it's love what you do. That's hard to actually do, but we say it so loosely. Like, I love my job. I love my job. Well, do you ever want to kill your coworkers? Do you ever just not want to go to the office that day? Do you want to go home and just fall over dead? Yeah, you can love what you do, and you should love what you do, and I effort to love what I do all the time. But within your job, and this is where it gets interesting, you need to define where in your job that you love, because you don't love everything. There's some stuff that sucks, right, in every job. And as a real estate agent, as a loan officer, if I can find the stuff I love and I can find the times during the day that I've done that I've achieved that, the thing that I love to do, and maybe I need to outsource the things I don't love, whatever it is, right? But if I can find and then hold on to those little successes of, look, today was a tough day, but I was able to do this, and today was a success. So to me, can I tell you a story? Is that okay? We don't have time, but I'll tell you a story.
Yes, but I would say it's about creating guardrails, right? About like where is your highest and best use and like where do you actually like excel? And obviously if you're a solo agent, that's a lot harder.
It is.
Or you don't have a team around you. That's really hard to do because there are things around that you obviously need to do. But guardrails around protecting your energy, protecting your
Yes,
space.
very much.
And there's also a buzzword about like happiness, like you have to be happy. But happiness doesn't happen for you. It's literally a choice.
Yeah.
And so many times we want things to make us happy,
Yeah.
but it's a choice that we have every single day to actually do things that make us happy,
Yeah.
right? And identifying what are the things that make you happy. So Tim, I'm going to ask you before we go into story time.
Yeah.
What is one thing, not work related, not family,
Oh,
that actually makes you happy?
I really love spending time with my kids. That's a hard one. What I really like to do is I really like when I am just out with just open nature on my mountain bike for a long ride. Sometimes that fast short one it feels good. But when I'm pedaling and I lose myself a little bit. I don't even know how I got to the top of a hill or something like that. I'm just it's like this rhythm. Bah, bah, bah. I'm just pedaling and you're just deep in thought and you're deep and I just totally lose myself. I love that. And then at that moment you can recognize things. Like first off, it's clarity of mind. It get a lot of great business ideas when you do that, by the way. But it's clarity of mind to where you can even recognize things all by yourself. You don't even take a picture of it. You don't have to post anything. You just recognize the moment. And that's usually if I talk myself into going out and doing that. But I'll tell you, sometimes I ruin it and I try to force it. And I ruin it. It's weird. And I'm like, I like force the situation. You just need to be able to let go and go do it. Right? It's a flow. And I love when I can hit that.
Okay.
It feels very, very good. Yeah.
I love that you could answer that so quickly.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes it's hard for people to actually do that because their job becomes their identity.
Yes.
So congratulations that you can answer that, because some people, there was a season where I could not have answered that question outside of my work and my family.
Yeah.
And
well, when you said no, you said without working without family, and then that did have to spark. Okay, what is the next thing?
Right.
Right.
So please share your closing story for us.
Sure. My closing story, I would like to start by saying, what do you do?
What do I do?
What do you do to outside of family and work?
Oh, okay.
So I'm switching that around.
So I am an up and coming bee enthusiast.
Bee? Mm-hmm. Really? Wow.
So I went to a retreat to learn about bees different honey and how they make honey and their hives and all of that. So I'm taking a class this winter on beekeeping. And I love learning about bees.
Yeah.
So fun fact, there is a type of bee that when a hornet comes in to kill them and eat them, they actually pull the hornet into the nest, into their hive, and they all surround it. And they flap their wings as fast as they can to get the temperature up to 117 degrees.
Holy smokes.
It does not, that's the exact temperature that it does not hurt the bees, but it kills the hornet.
Holy wow.
And so I just am really fascinated with bees because they're so vital to our ecosystem, to everything that we do, to
very underappreciated.
Absolutely. And they're just magnificent.
You know what's interesting when you people get afraid of bees, but what's interesting is they truly are they're in their own like just doing their thing. You know what I mean? They don't want anything to do with you. They're just doing their thing. They're pollinating. They're doing this. They're doing that. So let me ask you with beekeeping.
Tell me.
Are you going to have some hives?
I am.
You are? Okay. Mm-hmm. And is this going to be in Spring's house or a different spot?
I'm not 100% sure yet because there is responsible beekeeping. I know that sounds crazy, but you want to make sure that you're doing it responsibly for the bees and all of that. Yeah. So once we take the class, then we'll identify a best location for them. But I just really love their ecosystem. And we have planted a whole bunch of lavender in front of our house. That's how I discovered it. Because I was having a really hard day and I was just sitting on my front porch and I was just watching them. And I was like, that's very soothing to me.
Yeah.
And so this is when I was doing the project of what actually makes me happy. And I was kind of struggling to answer it
To answer
because
you have to
my
answer,
work had become my identity.
yeah.
And so that was the first time that I was like, oh, this makes me happy.
There's
right?
a place in Pueblo that so I go to farmers markets. I just like when my vegetables taste a little bit like dirt. You know what I mean? All this clean pesticides. I just like that beet's got a little dirt on it, but what are you gonna do? But there's a place out of Pueblo that does honey, and we buy different types of honey from them. But they actually have like they put flavors in some of their honey, so they actually have a lavender honey as well, and it is really, really good. I've also heard, I don't know the truth of this, but I've heard that if you are suffering from like hay fever, allergies, stuff like that, that the local honey
100%.
will your body will accept it and kind of lower your
100%.
Interesting.
Yes.
I've also seen when you start going way back in history, I have a slight history fascination. Because I'm getting old, it's like I'm doing old guy stuff, like turn off the lights for no reason. Let's watch a history show. I just do old guy stuff now.
Don't do that to your kids.
Dude,
don't do that
you
to
can't
them.
help it.
No, you can.
When you get old, when you're an older dude, you can't help it. Lights, like you walk by, you're like, oh, better shut off the light. Click. You shut it off. You're on YouTube and you're like, what's this World War II stuff you're talking about? Oh, the Egyptians, you say. And you end up watching old documentaries. I don't know why. I'm preparing to be a really good old guy.
Okay.
So anyway, long story short is a lot of the some of the old Egyptian finds that they've had have had honey in it.
They have.
Like you're talking a couple 2,500 years of honey in there. How the heck is that preserved and stay? Absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And when they used to journey across deserts and they would like pilgrimages kind of, right? One of the things that they would always bring with them is hives of bees. And they would they'd have their cows and their goats and stuff, but they would bring bees with them everywhere that they went as well. It's very interesting.
Yes.
Are we supposed to be stopping? We're supposed to be 30 minutes, right?
2025.
2025.
So this one went a little bit longer. Sorry, everybody. We got on the tangent of
I like bees.
Bees
now.
and
bees and bikes.
And bees and bikes.
Yeah.
So thank you all for listening to our podcast. And I think it's really important that instead of focusing on chaos and thinking that everything matters, really focusing on what brings you life and what makes you happy and how can you best serve others. And I think that's really important. So thank you for joining us today, and hope you'll consider sharing this podcast with someone that can, use some inspiration.
Someone you love and you care about needs to hear this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes. So thank you, Tim, for joining.
Thank you, Treasure.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
That's it for today. Remember that execution is what moves your business forward. Take one thing from this episode and put it into play. If it helped you, share it with another agent who wants to grow. See you next time on the TNT Real Estate Podcast.
Peace.